Well, what's up, people viewing via YouTube? My name is Pat, otherwise known as RageRover, and welcome back to another episode of American Trucking. This would be episode number 2. And today, or actually I guess you could say tonight, on this rainy, crappy night, I'm going to be in the Joe Built Phantom. And obviously the Phantom is based off of the Peterbilt 379 in real life. And Joe Built, the clever way of having a Peterbilt knockoff in game, I guess you could say. Really good truck, modeled very well, plenty of power, blah blah blah. Now the one thing about this truck is its wheelbase. I'm actually going to be hauling a Cluck & Bell 48-foot reefer trailer, and I'm going to be taking it from here in Paleto Bay at the Cluck & Bell facilities all the way to La Mesa. We'll plan our route here in a second. But the one thing I want to do first is anytime you're hooking up to a reefer, you are responsible for it. So therefore what I'm going to do, I guess technically, would be to act like I'm actually checking the unit, making sure that it's actually running and stuff like that. If the freight on board requires to be refrigerated or heated, because some reefer units actually have the capability of heating the product. So well, we're hooked up, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to simply pull out of the dock, close our doors, and we'll actually do a pre-trip. I'll actually do a rundown on how to do a pre-trip. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. Alright, now this cab truck, this truck's cab does not have the quote-unquote electronic manifest or electronic logs, so therefore we're just gonna act as if we're playing with paper. Well, real simple, we're hooked up. Let's just pull forward a little bit. Actually, what I'll do, since the loading dock area really doesn't have a whole lot of space, what we're really gonna do is we're just gonna pull out into an open area and check everything out. So let's go ahead and do that. And one thing about the Joe Built Phantom is the turning radius on this truck sucks. Very, very bad. Almost just as bad as the actual real-life truck, the Peterbilt 379. I guess it depends on what kind of steering gear you got in it, what size tire, wheelbase, etc., etc. Okay, this seems to be pretty good. Doesn't seem to be a restricted area. So one thing I do want to do though is, oops. Alright, let's fire this thing back up and actually get the lights going. Did that actually work? Nope, it did not. Oh, darn. Let's go to third person view so that way I can actually... Okay, it's not going to do it. But in real life, what we would end up doing is we'd actually check over all the lights, make sure that all the lights on the tractor and our trailer are actually working, and at the same time check tires by simply taking a tire iron, tapping on the tires, and listen for any differentiations in sound. Now let's go back to first person view, get a better look. Alright, looks like all our tires are there. Once again, it's a trailer with no license plate and reverse lights. Odd. Alright, in real life we'll actually act like we're closing our doors, so unhook from the tie back, latch, go over to this door, and close and lock it. Alright. Alright, tires look good. Quote unquote, I don't hear any air leaks. 110% neat. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, everything seems to be in order. I guess as a quick pre-trip. Maybe what I'll do in another video is I'll actually go in depth with the pre-trip, but it's really kind of hard to do an actual real-life pre-trip. But alright, looks like our reefer unit is okay. Alright, let's get back in the truck, fired up, and we'll plan our route. Okay. We are simply going to be going over to here. Here in La Mesa is the frigid cold storage facility. So, oops. Yeah. All right. Real simple enough. Now, we won't actually be taking this route. What we're actually going to do is we're going to defer off to, I guess, the east, and we're actually going to stop at this truck stop, I guess you could say. So, all right, let's go ahead and pull out of here, get on the freeway, and start making our way down there. Alrighty. And once again, just like any other, I guess, commercial vehicle, in-game, transmissions suck. They don't shift properly, in my opinion. So, all right, we're going to pull up to the guard shack. I don't believe there's a guard in there, so therefore I think we're just going to roll on. Yep, there's no one there. All right, check our 9 there. We're good. Let's go ahead and pull out. Alright, red light. Alright, moving along. One of the things I kind of wish would happen in game is the control of the windshield wipers, but it's as if though that our windshield is coated in Rain-X or something like that. Alright, bring it up to speed here. I think we're just going to hit it at 60. I think that's where we're going to be at. Oh, looks like we got something slow moving in front of us. Oh, it is a tractor. Huh. I think what we'll end up doing is we're just going to stay behind him because technically it's double yellow. Cannot pass him. Interestingly enough, he doesn't have the orange triangle, signifying that he only has max speed of 25 miles an hour, but who knows, maybe it's a race tractor. I'm just kidding. Okay, go off to the left here. It looks like we're clear. We're going to go ahead and pass him. One thing I do also notice is anytime you hook up to a trailer, doesn't matter what kind of trailer it is with your tractor. Let's get back over here in the right lane. I'm sure we've passed that tractor by now. Well, all right. When you're hooking up to any type of trailer, one thing I do notice though is it definitely affects the actual handling and speed of your tractor as it would in real life. So I find that fairly realistic. I mean, considering it's just a Grand Theft Auto game and all. All right. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying doing these types of videos. I mean, granted that I've only done one, and this is actually the second one. I will definitely continue to do the American Trucking series, hauling all sorts of different types of freight. I seem to be doing all right. And the reason why I had the settings at nighttime, it is technically about midnight, is this is actually a night run, so and also the rain kind of changed things up a little bit, I guess you could say. I mean, yeah, I could have done another clear morning, but let's do a night run. I mean, to me it seems pretty legit. And also too, I actually do like the lighting effect when you're first person view in the cab of, well, actually in any vehicle with the rain setting, or even especially thunder and lightning. Oops, rumble strips. Want to get away from those. Stay in that lane. Actually, I want to back the speed down a little bit. I'm actually doing 70. The speed limit's actually 60, which I should be going slower because it's technically raining. But that is what it is. Interestingly enough, I just passed the speed limit sign that's at 35. I believe that is definitely a mistake. This is the interstate. So, but yeah, I actually like the lighting effect when you're cruising at night in the rain, first-person view, etc. Whoa! Oh man. Okay, well, that caught me off guard. Alright, we're just going to pull over here now. Two coyotes ran out into the middle of the interstate, and I believe I nailed both of them. So, I guess that could bring us to a real-life scenario here. I'm going to park underneath this overpass. I would turn on our four-ways, but I don't have that function. I'm going to simply get out and check the condition of my tractor, because at the same time, I also took out one of them signs. So I'm expecting some scuffing, scratching. God only knows. Oh yeah, got the grill. At least it didn't get the headlight. I don't see any fur or blood. Truck is still technically drivable. Now in a real life scenario like this, considering that I did strike a sign, I would have to call it in and also have to make an incident report with my dispatcher. But okay, let's just act like we're doing that now. So let's pull up our phone and act like we're dialing our dispatcher, let them know what's going on. They might even get in contact with police, whether it be highway patrol, sheriff, or whoever, and they would actually take note of the incident, so that way they know that yes, it was me that took out that sign. At the same time, I took out two coyotes, so they might want to have someone come out and pick up what's left of them, considering they're all over the interstate. Okay, well, let's continue on. Okay, now that we're back in our cab, everything seems to be good. Let's check our 6, make sure we're clear. I'm going to wait for that car. I'm actually going to start a roll now. Alright, now I'm going to get into the lane. I would still have my four-ways on, just to signify I'm entering. Oh, as a matter of fact, there's a sheriff right there. Alright, I need to get to the left. Alright, sorry guy, I'm coming over. I'm actually not going to be taking that freeway. I want to be on this route right here. Alright, we're just going to cruise here. Hopefully we don't have any more surprises tonight. Well, everything seems to be okay. Another thing that I like is the fact that when you go underneath overpasses into tunnels, the rain actually stops, as it should in real life. So yeah, the physics are fairly accurate. The road surface is a lot more slippery, so your traction is not as good. Oh. Alright. Eventually I'm going to want to get into the left lane because the fuel stop I want to get to is off onto the left. It's literally in between the two halves of the freeway. Alright, we're going to have to get over to the left. We're clear. Let's get over. Alright, now we are exiting off to the left. The other unrealistic thing about the physics in this game is anytime you let off the accelerator with these commercial vehicles, it's acting like the engine brakes is on and you're coming to a halt pretty quick. I haven't even tapped the brakes. So, alright, we're just going to cruise up in here. We're actually going to stop and get fuel. At least we're going to act like we are. So, come over here. Cruising on up. Alright, start our parking brake. And we're good. Alright, so now obviously these are not diesel pumps, these are just regular gas, but we're just going to act like they're diesel pumps. So therefore we're just going to simply insert our fuel card, enter our information, driver identification number, and sometimes some companies require you to enter an odometer reading, so therefore it keeps everything in sync. And we're just going to act like we're fueling up. And yet this tank has no filler neck. Nice. So as that's filling, I'm supposed to be in attendance with my pump at all times, but what I'm going to end up doing is I'm actually going to be just kind of checking over things, considering the ordeal that we just endured. The fact that we ran over 2 coyotes back there and took out a road sign, which the damage could have been a lot better. I mean, worse, I should say. Could have been a lot worse. In real life, it's possible I would have taken out either my AC condenser, my charged air cooler, or even my radiator, or all of the above, depending on how hard I hit that sign. So, but, alright, well, everything seems to be in order. Okay, we're done filling up. Now, technically, I could also run over to the other side, to this pump, and start filling the other tank, but let's just say, hypothetically, this is an older truck, and it has a fuel crossover hose at the bottom of each tank. So therefore, when you fill up one tank, it fills up both at the same time. Alright, enough said. Let's get back in the truck and let's continue about. Alright. Trailer brakes released. Our park brake released. Moving on. Creep over to the on-ramp. Alright, let's start gaining speed. Alright, so immediately get over into the right lane. We are clear and done for. Alright. Just going to keep it at 60. And I believe our GPS might take us on a route that points me in a direction I don't want to go. I think what it might do is it might put me on a certain street, which is a kind of like a divided road, so therefore I would have to find a way to make a U-turn, but I simply just don't have the patience for that right now, considering I'm in a truck that has a really terrible wheelbase. Well, long wheelbase, but terrible turning radius, so... Or downgrade, so we're actually just going to let off the accelerator a little bit. Alright, now we're getting into Los Santos. Alright, I believe we are going to veer right. Yes, we are. And we're going to go right back underneath the freeway there. The infamous Clover. Just like the real one in LA. Only this one's more complicated. And drivers forget how to drive. Am I clear on the left? I am. I'm going to simply overtake on the left here. Considering we're doing 45, and we could go a little bit faster. Hopefully the docks are open. I mean, it is technically a midnight run, so things should be fairly easy. At least the traffic's light. Oh, that's right. I have control over that. Yeah, I decided to back the traffic down a little bit. It is technically midnight, so therefore, yeah. Okay, actually, nope. It routed it just like I wanted it to, so. Alright. Oh, what is this guy doing? He had the opportunity to go, but he didn't. He waited for that light to turn yellow. So now we are stuck here at the light. No big deal. I mean, I really do like this truck and all, but me personally, I actually prefer that MTL Packer. Alright, big wide turn. Alright, creeping on up. Alright, I believe the dock that we're going to be aiming for to offload this freight is off on this street over here. And see what I mean, how it's a divided road? Yeah. Alright, we're going to make a huge right turn. There are our docks. So we're going to pull in, open up our doors, hypothetically. And then we're going to back this puppy in. Alright, big wide turn. Oh, once again, these loading docks suck. Okay. Well, we're going to have to back up and try again. Alright. This is going to take me a few tries, considering how small this is, and considering I'm using a truck that has a very terrible turning radius. I mean, granted that the trailer isn't that long. Okay. Alright, I got it. I'm just going to simply back out into the street. I'll make sure that I'm clear, that I am. I'm just going to quickly back out into the street, and we are going to aim over here, actually. Big old open area. I can use as much alright, this might be a mistake, but let's see. Let's pull as far forward as possible. Alright. Act like we're using the mirrors, but we don't actually have mirrors. Oh, this is going to be tight. One thing about it, when you're actually backing up, it doesn't keep the transmission in reverse. It pops it in and out of neutral, and therefore I get this nice jerking action. At least that's what I feel. Alright, we're awfully close there, but I can actually bring it over this way. Alright. What I probably should have done is I should have started backing in off the street. And as a matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I am in no way going to try to attempt to get into the docks between those two trailers. I'm just going to aim for this end dock right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull back out into the street and try again. I am going to be doing a lot of curb hopping with this. Alright, we are clear. Alright, there we go. One thing I want to do though first, before I do any of that, is actually open up my doors. So set park brakes. And let's go open up the doors. Alright, it's always what the right door first. Oh, that's a shame. Wonder how I did that. Okay. Door open. Apparently, I am not having a good night driving. Between the coyotes, the road sign, and apparently, I'm not sure how, but I've taken out a turn signal and scuffed up the back end of this trailer. Such is life, I guess. Alright, doors are open. Tied back. Okay, hypothetically, the freight's still good. Reefer's still running. It's gonna have to. Alright, let's go. Getting there. As I take out another tail light. Apparently, I'm a terrible driver. Okay, we are up against the dock. A little more than I should have been. I've already taken out a couple lights on the trailer. That's definitely not gonna be good as far as points for this run. So technically, yeah, I damaged the trailer. Okay, well, enough of that. So, with this truck being up against the dock, I guess in theory I would run over to the dispatch office, let them know that I'm here to make my drop off, get paperwork situated, and then they would unload me. And for any true truck driver out there, you know how long some places take. Sometimes you're there for half an hour, maybe an hour, maybe a few hours. But we're actually going to end the episode right there. Just that short run from all the way from Paleto Bay all the way down here to La Mesa, just outside of Los Santos. So on this dark and rainy night, it's turned out pretty well. And honestly, I hate this dock. It is so cramped. It is almost impossible to get anything in there. I mean, I managed to, but not without doing a little damage, I guess you could say. Well, folks, that is it for this episode of American Trucking, episode number 2. Our Cluck and Bell run from the Cluck and Bell facility all the way up in Paleto Bay down here to the Frigid facility, cold storage location here in La Mesa. So it's been interesting. So other than that, I guess I will see you guys in the next episode, or maybe in another video sometime soon. Take care.